Well, we're getting ready to pull the bus in. It's the weekend. So I asked the guys, and it's clear for the weekend. And we want to install the backup camera, which we could do outside.
But it's cold. It's like in the 30s.
Right, it is cold. But we can't caulk where we come in with the cables. It won't cure. It's too cold for the caulking outside. So if we can get the cameras installed and make the penetrations and put in the grommets and everything, caulk them this evening or this afternoon and this evening, yeah, we can get them cured out. So,
yeah. So it's exciting. We're going to hook up our backup cameras today, guys. So sometimes it could be a tight fit pulling in, depending upon how much stuff we have out at the front. But the main thing is we have to clear the mini split from the garage door coming down. So that's the key thing we have to watch for.
Okay, here's what I got going on. I got this thing out of the box, and we got the eRapta, and it's A9. I think that means the 9-inch screen. It's a 4-camera package. So the instructions are pretty okay if you don't want to do anything fancy. So if you don't, to not do anything fancy, all I had to do was bring in the power, which I had some extra power cables down there, and hook up 2 wires, which they clearly identify in the instructions, to the power, and the other one to the ground. So the black one to the ground, and for this one, the red and the yellow. And the red one is marked, I think it's marked accessory. So I think actually that the yellow, that's a fused yellow line coming in. And the accessory one is if you want to get fancy, you hook it up to your key so that when you turn the key on, the camera comes on. I choose to just, I'm going to put a switch up here that I can just shut the power completely off to it so the LEDs aren't on in the night. These other extra wires here, I already played with them and they're pretty darn simple. When they get power, you hook one to the right turn, the left turn, the brake, and the backup line. And when you put it in any of those, then just that camera shows. I don't want that, because when it is running, if you want to do that, you can just select the one camera manually. I'd rather have it like that. The thing I have the most trouble with is I couldn't find anywhere on YouTube where they tell you the most optimal position for the cameras are. And I'm suspecting that's probably because that's a pretty wide open thing. So I actually planned, I got my right camera, my left camera. I think I'm going to put the other 2 on the back and have a close one and a far one. But that's still up in the air. Anyhow, there's enough cable that I've literally hooked up a camera, and I've had 3 or 4 of them hooked up. It's no problem. You just plug them in. And I ran the cable out the window and around the bus, and I've got the camera out there. Problem number 1 was the image was upside down, so I'm looking for image rotate in here, and on the side ones all you have to do is loosen the fitting and rotate the ball. Shelley figured that one out. So that's what we're doing. We're out here trying to, we got the image rotated around, and now we're trying to position it on the bus and hit the target that we want to see when we're going down the road, which for me, if I could get the rear wheel in the back corner in, I think it would be awesome, but I don't know yet. So that's what we're trying to do. Okay, so what we're doing is Shelley's positioning that camera up there.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the angle that we want.
Well, and for it doesn't have a whole lot of up and down adjustments, so we got to be at the flat spot. Now we can pivot it for that way, but the other direction, there's not much adjustment. So if you hold it there and pivot it so that I can see what I'm seeing back here, because I think it's super critical to be able to see where this rear tire is for a pivot point when you're making turns, and where cars are at on your back corner here. Oh, I don't know, this isn't gonna work too good for YouTube. Well, anyhow, you can kind of see what we're looking here. So tip it out away. It's too close. I could see what's back there now. Oh, it needs to come back in toward the bus.
Okay guys, after a big discussion, we have decided to not put the two cameras on the side. Our mirrors work perfectly when they're positioned correctly. So we're gonna just put the two cameras on the back of the bus, and we have figured out where we wanna locate them. We're gonna have one looking out over the pickup and then one looking down right behind the bus. So that's what we're getting ready to do. It was really challenging to try to figure out where you want to position these, and we tried the side cameras all over the sides, but they weren't offering us anything better than our rear view mirrors were doing.
You were saying right here, but over 2 inches.
Hey, so Randy, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I got the 9-inch monitor so I could see it good, but I didn't need the 4 cameras. Really, when I started to do the bus thing, a friend of mine who drove bus said the most important thing was to learn how to use your mirrors. And when you look at these buses on the Thomas, the Roscoe mirrors, they've got the far view, the close view, and the front view. So really what we need is to not back into something and to see that the pickup's back there and when somebody back there is out of the way so we can change lanes. And these do that. So the side ones, they didn't really give a view that I thought was very helpful. But we still have them, and if we decide that they would be of benefit later, we can just plug them, put them on the side and plug them in. So we're not losing anything.
Yep, I agree.
So
and that's just 2 less holes that we have to drill.
Yeah, and so to dodge the mini split, we're gonna we got a great view here. It looked great under the full screen and with the split screen both, so.
And it'll be down protected out of the wind and the rain coming off of the back of the bus.
Yeah, this kicks out, so it does help a little bit. Are you with me on this?
Okay, here we go, people. Our favorite thing, we're putting more holes in poor Miss Mary. Hopefully we are going to be done doing this.
Okay, YouTube, so the backup camera video got interrupted a little bit. We had lots of stuff going on. But basically, we didn't end up liking the cameras on the side because I could see as well in my rear view mirrors as I could see. It was actually more confusing with the video cameras. So we decided to just put just 2 in the back. So I got a line from the bus batteries coming up with an inline fuse in it, supplying power to this backup camera. And the cables to the cameras supply the power to the cameras. And then you got your options. So going down the road, now this camera we need to adjust still, but that camera, you can see the pickup is sitting behind the bus right now. I like to be able to see both of the back corners of the bus when I'm backing up if the pickup and everything was taken off. So tell me when you can just see the corners of the bumper.
Okay. Okay.
Woo! It's cold out here. Well, back in here, it's warm. It's nice and warm.
It's a little cold out there, huh? There you go, see?
Yeah, sweet. So that's my rear reflectors. There's my little tailpipe. The hitch and everything in the front of the pickup will be right here when it's hooked up.
Yeah.
And then when you're going down the road, switch over to this view. And I got 2 open channels, YouTube. I can still plug those cables in anytime I want and run them to somewhere else. I don't know what else I would want to see. That's what we did. That's what we have going on here. That's what's up, YouTube. So that's what we're gonna try it like that. I got the clips on the front of the pickup. You can see them right there already. That's where the tow bar is gonna hook in, right there and right there. The little clippies are on there. That was fun. We have the tow bar in the house. So one of these days when the guys have time, they're gonna actually weld and build a custom hitch, because you can't really buy one that bolts onto the bus. So when there's a huge differential between the bus bumper. Anyhow, that's where we ended up with the backup camera. We ran the wires through the existing chase that we've shown that in previous videos. And we brought them in through a grommet the same way we did the solar wires and just caulked around it. So that's where we're at. Camera 2, 3, 4. Both of them together. Camera 1. There, if you go to the menu, you go to menu, and then you go to split screens and select split screens. You got these choices. So do I have it like that? No, I have it like this. So if we wanted to, we could go there, put it like that, and then just say menu, and you have to let that set until it goes away. And then so you could have it like that if you chose to. I don't like that because the images are compressed and they don't look right. So there it is in that mode, but then to do the other modes, you just go to the channel button. So that's camera 1, camera 2, so you just go camera 1 and you can just leave it there as you're driving down the road, or camera 2 and leave it like that. If you had camera 3, camera 4 are open, and then back to your split screen. And then when you power off, right there is why I put the off switch, because if you go out and look at the cameras, the infrared or whatever on the cameras is still powered up, and this is going to be draining the batteries all night, so I put this switch over here. So that's with the bus key off. So I didn't want that to be able to drain the bus batteries. That's why I put the additional switch in the line.
Okay guys, so here's where we ended up mounting them. We've got one up top high, and then we just put the other one down here on our base for the mini split, and that's working really well for seeing straight down for the hitch. So they're locked in place and ready to go. So this is a pretty good spot to end this video, and just know that we love sharing the journey with you. No matter what we're working on, we try to let you guys be part of it, and we will just catch you in the next one. Love to you all.
Bye. Bye.